I know. That's why I always say it's always good to smile and pretend like we're having a good time, because you
Yes.
never know when we're actually
You never
live.
know.
You never know. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Chef AJ Live. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and this is where I introduce you to amazing people like you who are doing great things in the world that I think you should know about. Before I introduce today's guest, I just want to let you know that my third book with Glenn Mercer, Own Your Health, is now available. This is the third day. It's available on Amazon. And if you email us your Amazon receipt, it can be Kindle, it can be the regular book. If you email chefajbonus@yahoo.com, we will send you absolutely free the audio version of the book, as well as many, many recipes that didn't get into the book because we had enough. So without further ado, today's guest is someone who is local to where I live in the Coachella Valley. I've lived here almost 2 years, and there is a street here called Highway 111 that reminds me of Ventura Boulevard, where I used to live in Sherman Oaks. The Highway 111 could take you from one end to the desert to the other, and there's lots of activity on it, lots of stores, and I'd rather take it than the freeway. There is a very, very quaint store in Indian Wells, excuse me. Well, it should be called Indian Hills. It's called Kitchen, and it's owned by Jan Boydstun, and she is also known as the Gadget Gal. Well, if you watch any of my YouTubes, you know I love gadgets. I always use a little puller thing for chopping my garlic because I used to teach cooking to the blind at the Braille Institute, and I found that if a tool could help them, it would be easier for me. But I love gadgets, and I also love supporting smaller businesses during the pandemic. So Jan's going to show you a bunch of her favorite tools, and for the next 2 weeks, it's going to offer you a 20% discount using the code Chef AJ. Please welcome from Kitchen, Jan Boydstun, AKA the Gadget Gal.
The Gadget Gal. You know, I've been that name for about 20 years because, as you know, AJ, our store is chock full of the most incredible gadgets. We have an entire wall called the Gadget Wall. Some people call it the Well of Wonder because they wonder what everything does. But I am here today to tell you a few of the gadgets that will be life-saving, time-saving in your kitchen. We've got a lot of holidays coming up, and we want to be able to make your life easier and also shorter in the kitchen so you can go out and join the fun with your family. Now, years ago, when we first started our website, we used to play a game called Guess the Gadget. And I took that into when I do live presentations. I love to play Guess the Gadget. And what it entails is I will hold up a gadget to the audience and ask if anyone knows what it does. Usually they don't, because I try and find things that will stump the crowd. And if they do, they either get a prize or a round of applause or what have you. And the very first Guess the Gadget that we ever did 25 years ago is this little device right here. Now I will demonstrate it a little bit for you. It is 4 pieces. It has a lid, it has a plunger, and it has a bottom square piece, and then also an apparatus that is square on the bottom and round on top. AJ, do you have any idea what this might be used for?
God, is it chopping? I don't know. Gosh.
Chopping is a good one because it looks like you would put everything in there and chop it up, but you're wrong. Any other guesses?
You guys watching live, do you have any other guesses? I don't know, maybe making like almost like a cookie cutter. I don't know.
Oh, it looks like a cookie cutter. You know what a lot of people think it is?
Garlic.
Butter. The thing that you put a stick of butter in and then do the corn on the cob, because the one that I have is like that. I'm going to take you out of your misery, AJ. This is actually called a square egg press. Okay, does that clear it up? No. So what you do is you hard boil your eggs like you normally would, and you peel them and you pop it into this gadget. You screw down the lid and then put it in your refrigerator for 20 minutes. And when you pull it out, you take it out of the device and you now have an egg that is the perfect shape of a cube. Okay, it is a perfect, like a dice, right? And people always say, why a square egg? And I always say, why not? Life's too short to eat oval eggs all the time, right? So let me show you that it really is a square egg and not just a marshmallow. And when I cut it in half, it actually shows you that the yolk is square as well. Now think about your hours of entertainment. If you were to slice this up and put it on your spinach salad and just watch your guests scratch their head and go, how the heck did you get that egg to make that shape, right? And then if you do deviled eggs, they don't roll around on the plate. And it's just also, if you wanted, like I'm a bunco player, which is a dice game, you can decorate it with little peppercorns or capers to make it look like dice. Okay. I always say, at least you can say I had one square meal today. So this is called the square egg press. And this is how it looks when it's all together. And this is the fun that you're going to have when you start making them. Okay, so that's just something that is fun for a stocking stuffer. You go to someone's house for dinner, bring them a square egg press, or better yet, bring them some deviled eggs made in the shape of a square, and you'll have lots of fun. So that's my first guess, the gadget. Now, I'd like to also show, while I have this out here, we have this pepper and salt mill that is my #1 seller in the whole store. And they look like this. They come in red, black, and white. Now, the thing I love about them is most pepper mills have that little bitty ball that you unscrew, and it tends to roll under your stove or what have you. This actually works like this. It's called a Ratchet pepper mill, so it's really easy to operate. My favorite part, though, is how easy it is to fill. There's a little door, or a little trap door right here that you can open wide and pour your pepper or your salt in. And because it's ceramic, salt won't corrode the mechanism, and it has an adjustable grind. So I want to show you how fun. Here's my one filled with salt. I'm going to just do it right into my hand. Look how much salt just came out in that little bit of work there. So these are called the Ratchet pepper and salt mill, and great gift. A lot of people will get a black and a white one, and we sell the tubes of pepper and salt here at the store. We put them in a little gift bag, and it is such a nice gift. Okay, now another really fun item, let me get rid of my square egg, is this little cutie pie right here. Okay, this little guy is called the oven devil pull. And the reason is, have you ever opened an oven door? You have your gloves on, right? You reach in and you get burned right here on the rack of the oven. So what this does is this little mouth right here hooks onto the rack, and you pull it out. Then you can either take the pot out of the stove, or maybe do a little stirring or remove your foil. And then you use the top of his head to push the rack back in, because this can handle 500 or 600 degrees. I think it's $3.99. Yes, Chef.
I just want to say that I actually have that. I use it in my Beveled air fryer, and I love that. You are so right about that. And if you don't mind, Jen, there's a question: if the egg square thing, can it be used for any other purpose?
No, that is a great question, and it's just for eggs. I've tried it with other things, and it hasn't been able to do anything else. But when my son was in 3rd grade, he went and did a demonstration at school, and he pulled that out, and he said, "You should see the hen that laid that egg." And so it's just really fun. It's a fun thing to do. But no, that is a great question. That's all it does, is eggs. A lot of my gadgets I'm going to talk about do multiple things, so I will get right to that. So that's another really fun item for people who are just looking for, I always say this is for my frugal people like me. Have you ever had, your jar of mayonnaise or mustard or salad dressing, and you can't quite get to the bottom? And so this little guy here is called the last drop. And this will actually go into the bottom of a jar, or even a lot of people will buy them also for the bathroom for like shampoo, conditioner, and lotion. And we call it a saver, because let's say you're going to put this into your makeup. That's about $5 worth of makeup you just salvaged by using this. And it's 2-sided. It comes in red and blue, and it's called the last drop. And it's just really a fun thing to give. A lot of times when we do a gift wrap here, we'll tie this on in the bow, and it's just something that people really love. Saves you a lot of, it's not even the money as much as just seeing the bottom of the mayonnaise with that still in there. You can get it out with that. Now, one of my favorite gadgets that when I go on the road, if I go to someone's house for dinner and I'm asking to be helping them to prepare in the kitchen, I'll bring this little gadget right here. It's called the Mandolin. Now, there's a lot of mandolins on the market. There's the $200 ones that to me are kind of scary, because every time you change the blade, it's very scary. What I love about this one is that it has a dial here that dials down 1 through 4, so 4 thicknesses, and it has a little padlock showing that it's a lock. And when you have it on lock, all the blades are retracted, so you can't get hurt on it. Okay, so now let's put it on to setting 3, and I'm going to take a cucumber. All right, and I'm going to just slice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And in that, 3 seconds, I did a whole amount of, look at all of these perfectly sliced cucumbers. And, if you can't afford the spa, you can use your own. Calgon, take me away. And also, it'll do julienne. Okay, and the way you do a julienne slice is on the side here, there's a little flip gadget that actually flips over, and now all the blades have come up. So now I'm going to take the same cucumber, and it's still on the 3 setting, and I'm going to go and show you how cute these little matchsticks are. to throw in your salad. If you do it with a carrot, it adds a nice little amount of color, a little easier to digest. It'll do cabbage, it'll do tomatoes, and then it has a hand protector. And I please urge you, use the hand protector. When a piece of fruit gets down to about this size, okay, then you want to put on the hand protector, and that will keep you safe, and also about 3 more slices out of that. Or pitch the last little bit, or throw it in your mouth like I do if it's a cucumber. Okay, so this is called the Mandolin. And what I also like about it is there's a notch on the bottom, so you can actually put it on your bowl for safekeeping, or it is rubberized, so when you hold it upright, it won't slide off. Okay, so this is one of my top 5 favorite tools that I absolutely love. Now, I don't know about you, but we're coming into the holidays, and people will be entertaining again. And so I like to be able to show things that would make it really pretty. Okay, so this little tool right here is called the carrot curler. Okay, and I have another tool that works really well with it called the Groovy Groover. Now I'm going to take this carrot, I'm going to show you why, just like I think the guy who invented this was standing at the pencil sharpener one day and saying this would work great on carrots. So you just sort of go around and around like so, and when I pull it out, I now have the cutest little rose in the shape, you know, it's my little carrot in the shape of a rose. It's very pretty. You could put maybe an olive there and put just a few around on your deli platter or on your salad. But then this little tool right here called the Groovy Groover, and I love the name of it. It's groovy. You take your carrot or cucumber or zucchini, what have you, and you start at the top and you come down. And what I'm doing too is I'm actually making julienne slices. If you don't have that mandolin, you can do that. So see how that looked, your little julienne. And then I'm going to take this in that same carrot curler, and I'm going to take my grooved carrot now and show you the difference. When you do that, it now makes a jagged edge carrot, which makes a really beautiful garnish. All right. So, you know, if you have people who are finicky eaters, they don't want to eat their salad or whatever, maybe if you put a little flour in there, they'll eat it. And it just makes it look like you took a little extra care to make this dinner for your friends that are coming over, your family. So these are the 2 ways that they look, with the Groovy Groover and with just the carrot curler. Okay. What do you think, Chef?
I actually have the carrot curler, so it's so easy to use. It's as easy to use as a pencil sharpener.
Yeah, isn't it great? So, and it's funny because I love to hear when chefs use these gadgets, because a lot of chefs just want to use the knife, okay? And that's great, but not every chef, or not every person out there can use a knife as well as a chef. So things like the carrot curler, you can't really do that with a knife anyway. So there are certain gadgets you need. And while I'm speaking of knives, my #1 selling knife and my favorite knife in my whole entire repertoire at home is this one right here. And if you can see, there are holes in this knife. So what that does, if I was slicing cheese, it's not going to stick. It prevents the drag on the soft cheeses. And then what's neat is that I also have a fork on the end so I can pick up. So if I'm making a cheese platter, I can slice the cheese, pick it up with a fork, and transfer it to the plate without touching the cheese. But look at what it does on a tomato. Okay, tomatoes are sort of hard to cut if you don't have a nice sharp serrated blade. And this one's only slightly serrated, so it doesn't go dull for a really long time. So here's my tomato, and you really can't do this with a normal knife, cutting a tomato in midair this thin. Okay, I've tried it. So that is a nice paper thin tomato. But let me show you when I use it on like a normal person on a board, it doesn't push out all the juices and the seeds and mush down the tomato. So it's a really cool thing. It also will slice a loaf of bread without mashing. It'll do an onion paper thin, and it will even do like Canadian bacons and meats that you throw in your fry pan. You can use the end to flip it. You look like you have something you want to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but these questions go so fast. It's about one of the last tools. There's a question from Diane. Can you use the carrot curler on anything else? And Katie says, can you use other things with the carrot curler, like any other fruits or vegetables? I'm thinking maybe a parsnip.
Yeah, if it's small enough to fit into the opening, okay, it will work. So even a small zucchini, if it's narrow enough, you could probably slice it. I've not tried it. But because I always use this for carrots, because I have another thing that does all the other things that you're talking about. But again, this is sort of special for anything that is that small of an opening, or, you know, a circle, a cylinder piece of, like you said, yeah. Yes.
And what's nice is at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and Sprouts, you can get carrots in 4 different colors. So the roses can be in 4 different colors.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, because they have purple, white, yellow, and orange. Because carrots actually used to be purple until the Dutch hybridized them in the 17th century. Purple carrots are more nutritious and even more delicious. Fun fact. Jan, there's a question from Jean about, I think she might have been referring to the salt and pepper grinder. Can something like that be used to grind flax seeds? Because flax seeds have to be ground to be assimilated for people that
right. You know, the flaxseed grinder that I carry is really more smaller of an opening, if that makes sense. So I don't think it could do flaxseed, even though it is ceramic. You guys have really good questions, things I need to try. Let's do another show and I'll come back with all the answers. But yeah, I'm looking at it and I feel that the opening, because flaxseed is so small and narrow, I feel that it would not really be very good. I do carry a flaxseed grinder that's really, really tight between, so that the flaxseed can go through it, almost like salt consistency. So great question. I'm going to try all of these things after, and then I'll know for sure. So, we have customers. Oh, by the way, while we're thinking of that, I'm here at my store at Kitchen, and we do knife sharpening here on the premises. We sharpen regular and serrated knives as well as scissors. And so with the holidays coming up, people don't realize, and more people have been cooking at home, their knives have gotten very dull. And like they say, it's more dangerous to cut with a dull knife, right? So it's $5 for any size knife, regular or serrated, and $7 for scissors. So please stop on by. We're doing knife sharpening every day, Monday through Saturday, which our hours are 10 to 5. We are closed on Sundays right now. Maybe November we'll open up on Sundays, but for now, we're only open Monday through Saturday. So you don't need to call for an appointment, just stop by. You can shop while we sharpen, okay? So that lady was holding her box of knives that we just sharpened for. That's what made me think of it.
That's nice, because even though not everybody lives in the Coachella Valley, they can still order that. But I will share this with the local meetup that I have that has about 300 people, because I did not know that. And are you doing the cooking classes now? Because actually that's how I met Jan, as I came in, and she has a beautiful kitchen where there are cooking classes, and I asked if I could teach there, but I'm guessing right now there's probably not happening.
Not happening right now because we can only go 25% capacity, which doing all that only allows for 4 people. So we've done a couple of Zoom sessions, cooking classes with Chef Frank. And the way we did that was a women's group had kind of asked us to do it for them. Very similar to what we're doing right now. We did the Zoom session with we did a 3-course meal. They got the menus ahead of time, and so they could go to the store and buy the food. And then afterwards, we had some great questions, and I did a little bit of a gadget segment as well. I'm thinking, Chef, that I'm hoping for January, but it's the big question. So at the moment, no. But we are getting in really beautiful new gourmet foods into the store, so that are already prepared. A lot of the things are on the website. A lot of them are literally arriving as we're doing this show. So they're not even loaded up on my website yet, but you can always keep checking. You can always just call us. Call us at 760-568-0620 if you have a question about anything, whether it be a food item or something we've talked about today. But also mykitchenkitchen.com is where you can actually find a lot of the gadgets.
Well, so, if you guys are local, it's a great store, very, very helpful, very friendly. And when you see the gadget wall, I've never seen as many gadgets in one store. I mean, they won't believe it, I think, if they actually came in person. It's almost overwhelming. How long have you been there, and how did you get started in such an interesting field?
Well, you know what? My parents started the business back in 1979. Yes, I always say I was a baby then, but I was really at college. And they had retired and got bored and decided to open a kitchen store, because what else do you do when you're bored and retired? And so they opened the first store in Rancho Mirage on Bob Hope Drive. And that was in 1979. So I would come in on weekends and help them out in between going to Long Beach State. And then flash forward 10 years, we were coming to the end of the lease, and they asked me to help them for 4 months. Well, that was 31 years ago. I obviously stayed, and we decided to keep the store that they were working in and open a new store in Indian Wells. So simultaneously, we had 2 stores for the 10 years, and then I was running the Rancho store, and Mom and Dad were running the Indian Wells store. And then flash forward again, they always wanted to do cooking classes, but they didn't really want to hassle with building a kitchen and all the permits and all of that. So after they had passed away, my mom in 09, my dad in 06, I decided I wanted to build a kitchen kind of as a tribute to them and honor that. And so we built this kitchen and moved to this spot where you're seeing us 11 years ago. And we've been doing cooking classes and private events ever since. So that's how it got started. The Gadget Gal thing, believe it or not, got started when we had our website with all the gadgets. We were contacted by a show on the Discovery Channel called Home Matters. And they knew, since I had, I guess, the gadget and a lot of gadgets on my website, maybe I could go to Florida where they filmed the show and be a guest on their show. And that was like 20 years ago. And after that, it was so much fun to demonstrate gadgets in front of an audience that I started doing presentations live all over the United States. I've worked a few cruise ships to Europe, and it's just taken off. So it's been really fun. So we're now 41 years old, and I've been here 31 of those years in kitchen. So that's
that. It's incredible that you still have the passion for it. You're adorable, and you're a wonderful presenter. I could see you like on QVC or HSN. You're fantastic.
Well, if anyone's interested, I won't quit my day job though, right? Well, back to the gadgets now. This is another one. It's a $1.99 gadget that is life-changing, okay? See this little core right here. Now, if you're at home and you don't have this gadget, you're either going to take your knife and cut off too much of the core, or you're going to dig around like this and possibly cut yourself, or you're not going to remove it at all and it's going to end up in your salad. And I don't know about you, but I do not like the core in my salad. So what you do is you take this little guy right here called the Sharky. And it's a Sharky because the teeth look like shark's teeth. You go right up to the core and you give it like a flick of the wrist, like so, okay? And out comes just the core, leaving the best part of the tomato behind. This also works great on strawberries. It works great on taking the eye out of a pineapple, the eye out of a potato. Also, if you want to stuff mushrooms, you can remove the bottom of the mushroom and make it an area where you can fill it. It's just a great little tool. I think I have about 5 of these. I have one in every drawer. Love it. Sharky. And again, this is another cute little thing when we do gift bags with all the tissue coming out. We'll tie this on the outside of the bag. And it just is a nice little, we just like to do little things like that. We do complimentary gift wrap. And just so you know, I just got in about 6 brand new Christmas, Hanukkah, anniversary, and birthday papers. So we are set for all the holidays. We love to wrap a hostess gift. Forget the bottle of wine. Bring them a fun gadget, because then every time they use it, they're going to think of you. They might invite you back sooner and so you can give them another gadget. But it's just one of those things that I can't even tell you enough. Even if it's this is another one of my love that I love to take as a hostess gift. This is a saran wrap dispenser, and it's invented by the man who invented the big one at Costco. And one day he thought, you know what, I really want to make one that's more user-friendly at a home. So he invented this. It's called chic wrap, and it comes in a bunch of different patterns. Okay. So what you do, I don't know about you, AJ, but have you ever had a problem with the saran wrap? You pick it up like
ever.
this.
I've never actually been able to unroll it in my entire life.
Perfect. That's how I feel. It becomes a ball and you're like, forget it, right? So what you do is, because there's feet on the bottom and it's sort of weighted, you set it down first. And let's just say we're going to wrap we're going to pretend like this is a turkey breast. Okay. So we're going to take our 2 hands and take the whole entire piece out like so, lay it over the length that I want it, and then slide this little zipper that now takes it out and wraps it perfectly. Okay, I know it's probably hard to see because it is clear, but just know that this little zipper right here slides back and forth and cuts it without a blade. So that's another thing you get caught on or cut on the blade. Even the aluminum foil ones, I think I've been wounded on a couple of times. This also comes in an aluminum foil holder, and it works the same way, where you open this up, pull out the foil, slap the door down, and then slide it across, and now you have a piece of foil.
Oh my God, I love that. Would it work on parchment paper?
I'm so glad you asked. You're like right on cue. They also have a parchment paper dispenser, and it's a little bit longer, and it comes with a really nice roll of parchment, because parchment's the worst. You get your scissors cutting out and it's all uneven, and you don't even know, you take out too much. So they make parchment, foil, long foil, regular foil, and then 2 sizes of saran wrap. So much fun. And I think the saran wrap is $14.99. So that's like the perfect price point for a gift to bring to someone's house when you've been invited for dinner, or just a birthday gift, bring it. Another fun thing that I love to bring, because I use these almost daily at my house, the tortilla warmers. Okay. Now these are phenomenal. They're made out of material You put like say up to 10 or 12 tortillas in here. I recommend you peel them apart first while they're not hot. Put them in here, put them in your microwave for about 45 seconds. And I'm here to tell you, they are so hot and they stay hot throughout your entire meal. We do a lot of taco night at our house. I have 3 sons. So by the end of the meal, the tortillas are still hot. Yes.
I was wondering if it would work for waffles and pancakes because I find those never stay hot.
Yes, and it also works for biscuits because every Sunday morning we make homemade biscuits. My husband makes great biscuits. We put them in here and it keeps it warm throughout the entire meal. And you really want biscuits and pancakes to stay warm because otherwise they don't taste good. The minute they get cold, they're not good. So these also work for things like that, as well as if you put a baked potato in here and put it in your microwave, 6 minutes in the microwave, you have a perfect baked potato. And I used to think, I didn't do it for the longest time. I thought, no, potatoes in the microwave are not good. They get really soggy in here. It is like the best baked potato. And forget the hour in your oven at 400 when it's July out here, and it'll be done in 6 minutes. So you'll love that. So
Jan, can you fit more than one potato in it? And also I have a question from Stephanie who's watching live.
Yes, 2 potatoes is about the most you want to go. And I think you need to go about 8 minutes on that. You might want to check. And yes.
Great.
Stephanie, what's your question?
Stephanie says, you have a taco rack on the website that looks like it's made of stainless steel. Would that be oven proof so you could put corn tortillas over the top of it to crisp them up for taco shells?
Yes, yes, and yes. And it is, and you can lay it over and it kind of forms it for you. And they go in the oven. And then because they're the metal, they keep it nice and hot as well. We have some really cute plastic ones too after you make your taco to serve them. And those are on our website as well. They're very colorful. Tacos are huge. Everybody's doing tacos and pizza right now. So we have a lot of pizza gadgets as well. Do you have another question?
Yeah. Are the tortilla warmers machine washable? Why would you have to wash them though? I'm curious.
Well, I guess if you put pancakes in it and then you wouldn't want the pancakes to taste like the tortillas. But what I do is I actually kind of dump it out, turn it inside out, and you can wash it. I think it is machine wash, but I've never done that because here we go. Machine wash cold, lay flat to dry. I always just sort of turn mine inside out. And quite honestly, I've designated one for tortillas and one for everything else. So my biscuits, my pancakes, everything else goes in this one. And then this is my tortilla one. So great question. They're $10.99 in case you're asking. And again, so one of the best inventions. People love this. And if you're traveling and you want to bring a gift, it takes up no room in your suitcase. It's not going to break. It's just one of those perfect gifts for someone. And you know what? When you couple it with like, say, maybe one of our avocado peeler slices and our lime squeezer, we used to call that the guacamole kit. And what we would do is we would fill this up with all the gadgets to make guacamole and then saran it, cellophane with a bow, and then have the recipe for guacamole. And we can do that again. We just haven't done it this year, but we're ready for you. So that's a cool thing. Now, another item, anybody here like cutting onions?
Nobody likes cutting onions.
I cry thinking about it, right? So I have these little cute onion goggles. Okay. These things are great. You get a lot of looks and people kind of go, what? And then they put them on and go, oh my gosh, those work. So when you cut an onion, there's like a little bit of a liner here. So it keeps the fumes touching your eyes. And they also work great when you're cutting like jalapenos or cilantro, things that kind of make your eye. Also, it keeps you from touching your eyes and rubbing your eyes because that's the worst thing, right? Cutting a jalapeno and then sticking it in your eye, and that's not a good thing. Also, it's great for on the barbecue. If you have a barbecue that's really smoking, you can put these on, and we call them grilling goggles. These come in like red and tortoise and white and pink. Really fun item. But back to the onion. Okay, I have to show you a gadget actually before I do this one, and then I'm going to get to what a better way to cut an onion is. I love apples, okay, but I don't like eating them like this anymore. I like to slice them, but when you slice them, you get uneven slices, and you have to deal with the core. So I have this gadget I absolutely love. It's an apple core divider, but most people have this in their drawer, but they might not have this piece attached. And what this does is, I will show you. And I learned from a third grader at one of my demos at a school. The third grader came up to me and said, if you put the apple upside down, it's a little more sturdy. And I said, okay, I tried that. So now I've learned that, see how an apple is more wobbly when it's right side up, but when it's upside down, it's solid. And you want to have a nice apple ready so it doesn't move around on your counter. So I'm going to line up this core with the core of the apple. and I'm going to give it a little bit of a push. Okay, so now you can see this is your apple core at home, right? And you have to use your thumb to push it through, etc. But with this one, this comes on back around. I'm going to show you by just giving it one more push on the counter, and then the core pops out, and all of your apples are nice and thin. Okay, so they're really great for throwing into your chopper or what have you, or just eating them, maybe dipping them in some caramel. I just like them because then your apple goes a little further because it's thinner. I also sell an apple core divider that also is larger. It has less blades for if you like a little bit bigger apple. So I want to show you, I was talking to you about the onion thing. Okay, this is my #1 gadget in the whole store. Okay, it looks like a lawnmower. It works like a lawnmower, made by Xylus, so I love it. And it has a blade that is two-sided, and it has scrapers on top and bottom. And what that does, it keeps it moving evenly. So we're gonna just pretend like this is an onion, because I didn't bring an onion today. And I'm gonna throw it in and line it around the blade like so, both sides of the blade. I'm gonna put the lid on. I'm gonna put my hand on the lid and give it a couple of pulls, just like a lawnmower. And in about 4 or 5 pulls, look at what I have now. I have perfectly chopped, diced. This is an apple, but pretend that's your onion because it works great. You could throw in a half a tomato, a little cilantro, maybe jalapeno, and you have pico de gallo. You can make guacamole in here, breadcrumbs. You can do, we throw eggshells in there when we want to give them to our dogs for a little extra calcium, because you can make it really, really fine, almost like sand. It does great on nuts, but some of my favorite uses for it is things like tuna salad and egg salad, because all the flavors meld together. And really the secret is the top and bottom have the scrapers, because even your $400 food processor doesn't have that, and you have to stop it, take it off, and keep scraping. This will do it as you go. So it's very cool. I can't tell you, it's $29.99, has a 5-year warranty. Can't tell you how much I use this at home at least twice a day. Okay, nuts in the morning for my oatmeal, and then maybe guacamole at night for our taco night. What do you think, Chef?
I love that. That is incredible.
So Anthony heard me, my employee Anthony, who is awesome. If you've ever been to my store, you know how helpful he is. He just brought to me some kitchen gift wraps of the chopper. Okay, now isn't that beautiful? So wouldn't you love to receive this as a gift? Now, because this is such a popular item, people will buy one and then come back and go, oh my gosh, I need one for every one on my list. So it's not uncommon for someone to buy 10 of these. In fact, at Christmas time, we build a pyramid all the way up to the ceiling. The person comes to the register, says, I'll take 10, and then they come over and they pick whatever gift wrap or bows they like. So keep this in mind. I can't tell you how many we've already wrapped for Christmas this summer. So they're great. And a lot of our gift wrap, we can do it in a cellophane bag and or a beautiful gift basket or a bag, whatever way you want it. Food items look really cute in the cellophane, to bring over to someone's house for dinner. So moving on to other gadgets that have done very well here at our store are the banana bag and the berry bag. I don't know about you, Chef, but you have to throw away bananas a lot because they turn brown before you get them, or are you good about making them into banana muffins?
What I do is I bake with them all the time, or I freeze them.
Okay, so you're good. So you don't need this. But for those of us who wake up one day and think, wait, those bananas were perfect yesterday and now they're black on my counter, this right here is a bag that you actually take the bananas when they're at the perfect ripeness, okay? You put them into this drawstring bag, pull the drawstring and put it in your refrigerator. And I'm here to tell you, you get about 8 to 10 more days of the banana being wonderful. The banana skin does turn brown, but when you peel it, the banana is perfect. So we sell a lot of these. They're $10.99. A lot of people then wrote the company, those work so great. Can you make one for berries? So they came up with a berry bag. And this will keep your berries fresh about an extra week or so, which is crucial because sometimes that's all you need is a couple extra days to consume them before they go bad. So this is the berry bag and the banana bag. And again, some of my best sellers. I'm only kind of talking to you today about the best sellers. Do you have any questions so far?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. There's a question from Katie. Will you gift wrap when shipping if requested?
Yes, that is such a great question. That there is a little area for notes, and we'll talk a minute too, since you asked about the website. Because you're listening and watching Chef AJ, we've already put the promo code Chef AJ if you're ordering from us and then you put that promo code in, you will automatically get 20% off. Okay. Now there's an area that says additional notes, and you can say, please gift wrap the chopper for Christmas, for birthday, or what have you. And please put an enclosure that says happy birthday, you know, or whatever. We can do all of that. We read all those notes. And, or if you don't feel comfortable that we got the information, you can always call us maybe after you've already sent in the order, and that way we'll know that it, you know, it's going to happen. Or if you need us to hold the ship date for a week or so because the people aren't there yet, we can do anything you ask us to do within reason.
Thank you so much. And is Chef AJ one word, or is there spaces? Is it
yes, just all, and it can work either uppercase, lowercase, it doesn't matter. We made it work for everything.
That's terrific. A couple of people are asking if Anthony could please grab the flaxseed grinder. People are trying to find it on the website because
it's not on our website. Yeah, it's not on our website, and he's with a customer right now, so I'll get to that before the end. In fact, what I'm going to do, guys, if it's okay with you, Chef, when we're kind of wrapping up, I'd like to take my little phone or camera with me and sort of show you the store. Okay, because it's getting very full with all these new items, and we're so excited to be able to order again and have things come in and all of that. So we will get to that for sure. The thing about the website is we literally have 1,943 items in our store, I believe. I haven't counted lately. And so we don't have everything on the website. So that's why that's not on there. But that great question. Anything else before I move on?
No, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. So another really fun item is the, where did I put it? Oh, okay. How can I forget? Everybody is doing puzzles now. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I, as a kitchen store, would have sold puzzles, but everybody's been asking for puzzles. So we started carrying them about 3 months ago. These are on our website. Now, the best thing about these puzzles is, first of all, they're in stock because a lot of people tell me they can't get puzzles online anywhere. It's made by a company called Heart Puzzles. They donate part of the proceeds to about 10 different charities that I really love. They're really great causes. And they're all made in the USA. That's the best part. They're $19.99. And most puzzles right now are going for $40 or $50, but we just want to make sure everyone can get a puzzle. We've already been wrapping these for Christmas as well. The most popular one is called Dogs, 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 because who doesn't love dogs? We also have cats, 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 and kittens, 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 but we have the dogs one, which is the most popular, because it's fun, because usually everybody who has a dog, they can find their dog in here somewhere, okay? And then we also have things like Route 66, and this is a fun one to put together because it shows you all of the routes that you go through. And then this one is called Boomer's Favorite Candy, and it's really fun because growing up, there's all these fun things we all ate. The red licorice, the suckers, you know, the pixie sticks are all on here. So as you put it together, especially if you put it together with your kids or grandkids, you can kind of reminisce about when you were a kid, because we have Boomer's Favorite Cars and comics, and there's just a plethora of titles that we have. We also carry, and I don't have it here in front of me, the mats that you roll out. And you roll out the mat, and it has an area for all of the square pieces, the rough edges, for 500 or 1,000 piece puzzle. And then let's say you're putting the puzzle together, you're halfway done, and now you're gonna have a dinner party. You can actually pick up the whole mat and the puzzle and move it elsewhere so that you don't have to put it all back in the box. And when you do want to put it back in the box, it folds up nicely back in. So great, great gift. And those are on our website. Periodically, we'll run out of a style because someone might buy 10 of the same one, but we're constantly getting new ones in. Are you a puzzle girl, Chef?
Well, they frustrate me. I try, but I always seem to give up. But I do enjoy them. When I live in a senior community, and when there's not a pandemic, there's always a room with puzzles going, so you can kind of just contribute.
Right, exactly. Even if I had one lady that came in the other day and she said, I'm so frustrated. I bought this puzzle and at midnight I find myself awake and sneaking down and trying to get one more piece put in. And I'm like cracking up. She's like a closet puzzle person at midnight, and then she is happy when she can find one more piece. So we've had a lot of stories like that. Well, with, everyone having to wear masks now, I just got some new masks in that are really fun. They're called fashion masks, and they come with a filter. Okay, so you can pick your pattern, when you wear it, there's a filter, and then you can pull the filter out and put a new filter in. So we have the extra filters, and these are made by the people who make our luminaries and our wine glass shades, which are on my website. I don't have one in front of me now, but when we take a walk through the store, I'll show them to you. Those are really fun hostess gifts as well. So we have the masks available right now. We just got these in on Friday. So they're really fun. Now, we were talking about how your berries and your bananas go bad. Nothing worse than your produce going bad before you get to it. So this little thing right here is called Extra Life, okay? And this looks like a hockey puck. It's plastic. When you peel off the back, you write the date, and you put it in your produce drawer, and you're going to get an extra couple of weeks out of all your produce. You should see what it does on a head of lettuce. It's like amazing. We left for 2 weeks last year. Came back, the lettuce was still perfectly green. So this is called Extra Life. It lasts for 3 months. I think it goes a little bit longer, but that's what they guarantee. And that's why you put the date on the back, because you open it up and go, oh, okay, I put this in 3 months ago. You throw it away. They don't have a replacement for it. They found out it was just cheaper to just get a new one, and it goes into your produce drawers. So do you go through a lot of food, Jeff? Are you?
Well, I eat a lot, so I do go out through a lot of vegetables. Yes.
Well, it's nothing more frustrating than having to throw away food. It doesn't matter even if it was free. It's just, I really hate that. Now, back to, we were talking about this knife with the holes in it, cutting through the cheese. I do have this knife as well that's really fun, and it's actually just made out of plastic, but if you can see it, it's like, I call it stair step, because it goes smaller to bigger, like a bevel. And because of that, you can slice a piece of cheese without it sticking. And this also works great on cutting, like if you just made brownies and you don't want to scratch your nonstick pan, you can get the brownies out. And a lady told me the other day what she does is when she has people over, she wants to put butter pads out for every person. So she'll take a stick of hard butter, slice it in the slices she needs, puts it on their individual little plate, and then it's softened by the time the guests come. So it's called the cheese knife. It's just, and it comes in red, yellow, and black. And again, it's just one of those things that really works when we have demonstrations and we have a block of cheese out. If someone will take the knife and cut with it, they usually buy about 4 of them for gifts, because it's really great. So
I don't want to miss, because what I see goes quickly and I don't want to miss a question. Gina says, is the mandolin that you showed on your website, and what is the brand?
Yes, Progressive is the brand, and I believe I have 2 on my website. I have the one that I demonstrated that has the 4 slices and the lock. And the difference on this one compared to the other one is that there's the flick of the switch, which pulls up or down those blades. It always looks like so that it can make your julienne slice. So if you'll never need a julienne, and you always just want to slice things like, in chips, then you would just get the slicer. Now this one's called I think this is called the adjustable mandolin and julienne. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact name, but I can help you with that. And so that's the difference. You want to hear the words julienne if you want that feature. Okay. And I believe this one is $32.99. Don't quote me. And the other one is a little bit less, because it only does the slices. Okay. So that's a cool tool, and it comes with a hand protector. Did she have any other questions?
Yeah. So I'm not sure I understand this question about the bag. Gosh, it moves so quickly. It was about if you can keep it in the drawer. In the meantime, here it is. Can the produce be in a bag in the drawer or not? I'm not sure.
Yes, it can. I know what they mean by this Extra Life. You can still keep it in the bag, and then it depends on what it is. But you can leave it in the bag, and then this will keep it nice and fresh. What this does is, the reason why your fruit ripens too fast is the ethylene gases that are emitted by all the fruits and vegetables intermingle and ripen everything so fast. So this has, when you put the holes, when you open up and relieve the old holes that are in the back, that's what absorbs the ethylene gas. So all of the gases go to this instead of the fruit, okay? And this was actually invented by a woman who lives here in the desert. She used to work for a big produce company, and she would see those giant trucks driving on the freeway with all their produce, and it wasn't turning brown. And she found out there was a chemical, not a chemical, but a solution that they had in the bottom of the truck to keep it. So she packaged it by putting it in here. These work great. So that was a great question. Yes, ma'am. I see you have another.
And there's a question if you have a vegetable spiralizer, and Randy wanted to know anything for herbs, because herb scissors, or I guess she washes the herbs and has trouble drying them.
Yes. Oh gosh, I wish I had. When we go out, I'll show you again. But for herbs, okay, I have about 19 different gadgets for herbs. The most popular one, let me see if I have it in my drawer. Okay. One of the most popular. Okay, well, my drawers are starting to look like my ones at home. They're very full. But it's called the herb stripper. And it has 4 little holes, and the smaller the hole would be like the delicate, like you could pull thyme through, and the stem goes over here and the thyme falls into this little catcher. Okay, so that's a really great thing. We have herb scissors that has up to 5 or 6 sharp blades. So when you cut it, you can cut, like, let's say parsley, without having to cut it back and forth and bruising it. You can just cut through all your herbs with this. And I say too, if your paper shredder doesn't work, it can also shred your paper because it cuts really fine. And then for, what was the other thing besides herbs?
Oh boy, what was it?
Sorry.
Oh yes, if you have a spiralizer, a vegetable spiralizer.
Yes, I do. That one I have. Sorry, I didn't bring it out here, but I have the one that you actually, it's very similar to the way the carrot curler was, and you stick it in, you sharpen it like a pencil, and it comes out in the really thin, like a pasta. And it's called the Gefu spiralizer. And I have on order, it's not here yet, the bigger one that actually can do a lot more things than just the shape. Like something like this works in the Gefu spiralizer, but I have on order one that will do larger things for you. So that will be in about a week. Okay, so stay tuned. All right. What else?
Just that people love your shirt. Where did you get it?
Oh,
and do you
thank you very much. Well, I got the necklace from Gabrielle's, which is a store on Cook and Country Club, and it's spelled GABY''SL. So her name's Gabrielle. So Gabrielle's is the necklace, and the shirt is from Mario's of Palm Springs, and they are at the Westfield Mall in Palm Desert. Mario's of Palm Springs. So great questions, and they have a lot of shirts like this. Next time we do this, I'll wear my other one. It's red.
No, it's beautiful. Giselle is saying, where is the store located? We'll put everything, all the information in the show notes, but it's in Indian Wells, California, near Palm Springs.
Yes, and the cool thing is that our address, we're on the corner of Cook Street and 111. So we cook in the kitchen. So that was very nice of our street to be named Cook. I think it was named Cook before we moved, but it worked out really well for us. But our address is Highway 111. And I'm glad you asked those kind of questions, because a lot of people, this is their second home. If not their second home, they might have just a vacation spot here. And so we get people all year long that have 2 or 3 locations. And so what's neat is they'll come in, and I have a guy who came in yesterday who bought our set of knives, and he loved it so much he's going to get one for his other home. So we ship things like that to wherever you are, we can ship. But I think our best thing that we do is the gift wrapping, because it is complimentary. We've been doing that for 41 years, and it's just so nice to get a gift that's wrapped, and we have really beautiful cards that are made of quilling. So it really is your one-stop shop for gadgets. Also, a lot of people doing their homes. We sell top of the line cookware. We have scan pan. Okay, this scan pan, oh my gosh, is amazing. It's made in Denmark. It has a 25-year warranty. The handles stay cool if you're on top of your stove. The handle won't get hot, but yet this whole thing, even though it's a glass lid with a knob that looks like it might melt, it does not melt in the oven up to 500 degrees. And I'm here to tell you, when you go to clean this up, this thing just wipes clean. It is amazing, but yet it'll still brown and saute. We use it here for all of our cooking classes. Our chefs that all work here love our scan pan. We have sets, we have fry pans, pretty much every piece that they make in cookware, scan pan makes. And then what else is big is cast iron. Everybody is doing cast iron. And Lodge is my go-to for cast iron. And there's something about, we do the sous vide. Do you do sous vide, Chef?
I haven't. I've heard about it. I have not done that yet. Okay,
well, we need to get you on board with our sous vide, okay? Because what you do is you get your food, you put it in this shrink wrap bag, put it in water, and then this little tool goes in and it kind of rotates the water and warms it up. And you say what temperature you want it to be. So if you want your steaks to be medium rare or medium well, you would go according to what temperature that needs to be. You pull it out, and then you can pan fry it in a cast iron pan to get that nice brown, and it is amazing. People are really going for the cookware now that's made of cast iron. puts a little iron into your food. It's healthier, and it really puts a nice crust on like things. Do you use cast iron for your?
I don't. I have,
don't?
I have I have different varieties of cookware. I have a lot of stainless steel. I have something called Salad Master. I don't know if you've heard of that, but I'm going to be honest. I mostly cook in my pressure cooker, in my Instant Pot.
Yes, of course. It's so much easier, and all the nutrients and vitamins are maintained. It looks like you have a question.
No. So far we're good. I'm just, but people said, could you repeat the name of that first knife that was really good for slicing tomatoes very thin?
Oh, okay. That is by a company called Messermeister. And I brought out all the colors that they make. Okay. So it's a German knife, and these are your color choices: red, white, blue, and black. Okay. And what I love about it is that I don't think I've sharpened this knife for about 7 or 8 years. Okay. So I always cut on a softer surface like wood or like a silicone. I don't want to chop on hard plastic because that will dull all your knives. You don't want to put your knives in the dishwasher because they bang around and dull. And they're also dangerous because you might have loaded the dishwasher and somebody else unloading it might find the knife the hard way. So these are your choices. My number one selling knife, we have carried this knife since 1980. Okay, I buy 144 at a time so I can keep the price down. It's $29.99, but it's like $34 or $35 everywhere else. So I tell you, if you take nothing away from today, you want to get the knife, and also the chopper is right up there too.
Yeah.
So that's a great question.
Great. Lisa says, what is the correct name of the taco holder that can go into the oven in firm corn tortillas?
I think it's just called this set of 2 stainless taco holders. I'd have to, maybe when we walk around, I'll go to that too. You got to help me remember these things. Okay. The herb scissors. But if she's looking for it online, if she does you know how you, the little magnifying glass where you put in what you want. I think if she just types in stainless steel taco holders, it should pop up. Okay. And if not, we have them in the store and we could do it. You know, I could help her with that on the phone. Now, with all the different gifts that people need, especially, so many wedding gifts we do here. We have beautiful wedding wrap. This is one of my favorite things to suggest as a wedding gift, okay? Or any gift, actually, Christmas, any holiday. And what it is, it's made by a company called Nora Fleming, who is an actual woman named Nora Fleming, who invented this. I think she came up with it in her garage years ago. And what it is this is a serving tray. And if you'll notice, the lemon on the end is actually can pull out. And so everything she makes has a little hole in it. And then what you do is you purchase separately. These are called minis. Okay, now this is lemon. And how cute would this be if you had a bunch of lemon bars on here and then you had the lemon at the end? Now, let's say you want to switch out for the holiday. This is also a really neat piece. This is called the triple dish. Okay. And I mean, there's so many things you can do with it. And this is our little pilgrim hat. So you have your little Thanksgiving. Think of all the things you can do with this. Taco night. You can put the cheese, the onions, the cilantro, the tomatoes, whatever. Baked potato night. Throw your bacon bits, your sour cream, your cheese, whatever. On and on. Dessert. You can put the nuts and the sprinkles. You can just use this for so many things, even just little candies or nuts. This is called the triple dish. And again, this guy pulls out. And that way you can change it out for the next holiday. So what happens is that people get hooked on doing this. And the woman is so smart. She has come up with a way to store them. Okay, this is the collector's box. Don't have to have this. You can put them however you want. But this keeps them nice and protected because it's felt lined. The newest ones are like the happy face. You already saw the pilgrim hat. And she's really a neat lady. This right here is the train. And she's partnered with St. Jude. And part of the money when you buy this mini goes to St. Jude Hospital. And she's donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to them. We have the haunted house for Halloween. We have the gingerbread house for Christmas. And this is one of my personal and new favorites, a little polar bear. And it's just, and the palm tree, you can't go wrong. But what we have is about, I think, 15 pieces, all different shapes that all have a hole in it. So think about when you give one as a gift, now you go to their house and you bring them just one more little mini, and then they can change it out for the holiday. So it's a great, great gift. Nora Fleming herself was here 2 years ago in my store. She came in from Chicago and autographed all of her pieces. And we had over 100 people here that love her. So it's a great collector's piece. Do you have any of these?
No, I don't. I've never heard of it, but it's a very, very clever idea. Randy says, do you have any can openers for arthritic hands?
I do. I have one made by Xylus that is battery operated. And I should run out and get it, but it's a battery operated. It's like it looks like a mouse pad for your computer, and you put it right on the can and you push the button and then you let it go, and it goes all the way around without stopping. When it gets to the end, you know it, because then it turns off, and then your can is actually ready to go. And it's the one that takes all the metal off the top, so it's a safe edge can opener. Okay, I have another one that also is made by Xylus, and I have one by OXO. And they're easy because they have the bigger handles to turn. So you click it on and you use your hand to go all the way around. So either Xylus or OXO or the battery operated one is what I would suggest. But thinking of that, I did bring some really great jar openers, because I am having the hardest time with jars. I don't think we're getting weaker. I think they're just making them harder to open. Okay, so this right here is called the 6-in-1 opener. Okay, what I love about this is that it will open like I don't have a jar here, but it'll open up your normal jar, turning it this way. It'll open up a water bottle like so. It'll open up like a Perrier bottle or beer. This right here, it's a little long piece that hangs over. That'll open up like your soda cans or those soup cans that are so hard to open because they have that key opening, right? So that will open that. And then in here are notches to open up like a bag of chips or a bag of turkey, what have you. And so it's called the 6-in-1, and it comes in a bunch of colors. Okay. Another thing, that my mom's favorite gadget in the whole entire store was this little guy for opening jars called the Jar Pop. And this comes in a bunch of colors. And this, all it really basically does, it go right up to the jar, and then you go, and you will hear the sound of the vacuum seal being released. And then you know it's ready to open. And it's like, it's $5.99. We have one in every drawer. It's amazing. It really does open up almost all the jars, but not a water bottle. Okay, so these two items are things that I use daily, the 2 jar openers. And these are both on my website, right?
Nice, yep.
Should we go out and look at the store?
Would love to see your beautiful store.
Okay, so let me walk around. Oh, I have to show one more gadget to show you. I almost forgot. My grand finale of gadgets. We got the holidays coming up. We're going to be peeling 10 pounds of potatoes, right? So this is called the battery operated. It's called the Rotato, actually. I'm going to push a button, and it's going to peel my potato. Now, what's nice about it is I can actually set it down, and I can come over here and roast and baste my turkey while it's peeling. And it will go, when it gets to the bottom, it's going to turn off automatically without touching it. So you can actually load it on with another potato when it's ready. And this will peel carrots. There it goes. This will peel carrots, apples, lemons, pretty much everything. Cucumbers, zucchini. The reason why it can do that is because this part right here, here's your peeled potato. This part here moves up and down, so it can be any size fruit or vegetable. And then this is spring-loaded, so do any width of a vegetable, okay? So you can put just about anything on here. Now, I have it plugged in because my batteries fell out, and I didn't have my batteries, but it also takes batteries. So you can either use it battery-operated or electric. And then it comes with this little eye remover, so you can go up to where the eyes are and sort of dig out the eye, so that you now have a potato that doesn't have those little brown spots on it. And it comes with, I think, 3 extra blades. So this is fun because at Thanksgiving, when our kids were little, we could get them to do all of the peeling of the potatoes. So it was very nice. Anything you can make fun for the kids or the grandkids in the kitchen, why not? And then it gives them an interest to learn how to cook at a young age. So
that is I've never seen a machine like that. I'm trying to think, what can we do with the scraps? Can we make something with the scraps?
Oh, I know. Well, you could throw this in a very unhealthy oil and make your potatoes, you know, what are the shoestring potatoes, or compost. A lot of people are composting, and you can throw that in and put your coffee grounds and your eggshells, right? And you're good to go. So let's go take a look out at the store. I'm going to go and, is there anyone out there? Oh, one person's out there. Okay, so we have one person out on the floor, which is fine. We'll let them know they might be on TV. Let me wash my hands. Okay, so let's go see all those things we talked about.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Good.
Yes.
Anthony is going to help me here. So here we are.
So that's it.
Okay, so let's go over first to the Nora Fleming display, all those neat pieces that we talked about. Here it is. Okay, so here's another little, this is called the baby bowl, and this is our little polar bear that you can pull out. She has even some wood pieces because she's partnered with J.K. Adams. And we could do like a wood cheese board, and you got the nice little golf ball. And then let's go over, Anthony, to the triple, all the different things that they can get. Here are some of your selections for the minis. Okay, so the list goes on and on for all the things that you can add. We have every holiday, we have every sport. It's just a really fun thing that you can give to someone and keep on giving them a new gift each time. Hi there. Hi. Sorry. And then over here, here's where our Ratchet pepper mills are. We have a beautiful selection of candles and soaps. These are all handmade in Portugal. And then these are really nice. These are to light your fireplace or your candle with. It's just really a beautiful way to display. It's a great gift called Social Light. So let's go over here to the gadget wall, okay? So I'm gonna take over. Here's the gadget wall that Chef AJ was talking about. Okay, we'll go floor to ceiling, all around, and pretty much every gadget you ever would need, I hope, okay? And then we have over here, all of our microplane zesters you can't live without. Chefs love that tool. Am I right, Chef AJ? Okay, and then over here, let's see. We have the where are those tortilla warmers she's talking about? Okay, we have those taco racks up there. And then these are those fun plastic ones I told you about right there. So we have a little area for like pasta and tacos, things like that. Am I going too fast? I don't know. And then we have like all your serving spoons and things like that for all your dips and spreads. And then here what we have the pretty room. This is where all of our glassware is. We have the straw glassware is actually plastic, heavy plastic, so it won't break around the pool. And then we have your regular glassware over here. And then we just got a new selection in of wood cutting boards. Okay. Anthony's talking about the scan pan right now to some customers. We have a bar area for all of your bar needs. Barbecue is right here. Every tong known to man, all of your tools. And then we have some more serving pieces over here. And I'm going to see if I can find that flaxseed. Here's the flaxseed mill. Okay, found it. Here it is. It's hard to do with two hands here. So that's how it looks. I'll have to take it out of the box when Anthony can help me because he's with a customer. And then we have more like fiesta ware pieces are all right here. And here's our quilling cards that we talked about that are all handmade with pieces of paper and tweezers. And then we have a really good selection of cutlery. We have the Messermeister, which is where that cheese knife comes from we talked about right there. And then we also have the hammer stall knives, which are beautiful. And the wood handles from Messermeister. And then this is the block that the gentleman was going to purchase for his other home. This is a 21-piece block that is on sale right now for $7.99. And we just got Hankin. He is right here. He is our new, we just inherited him yesterday from the LA showroom. We're not sure where we're going to put him. He's starting to scare people. And so here's all of our ceramic knives. And I'm going to go back in the kitchen because some people are coming in to get their knives sharpened. And I'll have to go get
Jan, there's just a question if you charge for shipping.
Yeah, it depends. $10 is our standard shipping no matter where it goes. Sometimes we'll run a free shipping special. It depends. Like at the moment, they would get the 20% off, but the shipping would be $10. A lot of people will take advantage of the in-store pickup. So they'll order online and then they'll come and pick it up when they live here locally. So $10 would be the most. If it's only a small item, it would be less. It would all kind of depend. That's a good question. But that reminded me of something.
All right, slow down. We're getting dizzy.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I forgot I was walking with it. Okay. I'm going to go back into the kitchen now. So this is.
Did you show us where are you where you teach the cooking classes? Is that where you were doing?
Yes, there it is. It's got a lot of things going on now in it. We got all of our puzzles on display. And look at what we just picked up yesterday. My old-fashioned stove. I don't think we're going to cook on it, but we're going to use it for a display. And it's from the 20s. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's beautiful.
And then here's all of our food items. Okay. We just got a new shipment in. If you'll notice these Tutu's chips, these are amazing. They're made here locally. They're tortilla chips. And the lady can't keep them in stock. She made them and people said, these are so good, you need to go into business. So now she makes them here locally. And then here's the world famous mural. This mural was actually painted 31 years ago at our other store. And then we had to cut it out and move it down here. And the cool thing is that mom and dad are in the doorway, where they are under kitchen. There's dad and mom waving and smiling. And this has a lot of history to it. I'm going to go back over where I was. And then I want to tell you about my absolute #1 seller of the whole store. Okay, and then I'll be in place here. Great. This little item right here is called the Mystic Maid, and it is amazing. It's a microfiber cloth. You wet with water, wring out, and wipe, and everything in your home is lint-free and streak-free with no chemicals and no paper towels. So you can use your windows, mirrors, your computer screen, TV screen, granite. It'll do the inside of your car window. It's amazing. You can dust with it. And this is something we send all over pretty much the world because people love it. You recoup your costs in 2 weeks, not having to buy chemicals or paper towels. And you can also, let's see, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Hi, Fran. And so you can also use it, give it as a gift for like to clean your car with. I just love it because you don't have to buy any more chemicals or paper towels.
Now that is amazing. Jan, there's 2 important questions. Do you ship internationally? And if somebody comes into the store, can they use the Chef AJ discount in person as long as it's within the next 2 weeks?
Oh, yes. Great questions. Yes. And on the Chef AJ, if you drive in, come in, call or whatever, we'll honor that for the next 2 weeks. And then internationally, I've only shipped to Canada. And that's, I don't know the answer to that until I would have to talk with Anthony because he does all the shipping and see, can we ship? Oh, he's not there. And just see how much it would be. But for sure, we can ship to Canada and all over the United States, including Hawaii and Alaska.
Well, this has just been so much fun. I just now want to come to the store.
Well, come on down.
Absolutely. Wow. You're great. I mean, there is that. How do you even do inventory on a store of that magnitude?
You know, it's not easy. And the last time we did it, all the employees quit. So we don't do it too much anymore, but we do it. And it's, you know what, it's just something that we do. And we do it when we're slow, when we don't have as many items in. But you know what, I'm hearing Anthony grind some coffee. And it reminds me, we also sell the most amazing coffee. We sell it either bean form or we can grind it for you. We have a coffee club. If you buy 10 pounds or more, you get a free pound. I'm going to show you my mural again. And if you buy, after the 10 pound, you get a free one. We do regular and also decaf as well as flavored coffee. And Sunnylands actually buys our coffee and serves in their cafe, and they buy our Italian roast and our espresso. So I highly recommend you try it. And we'd love to have you come on in and check it out. So I think you've seen everything. I don't know, were there any other questions?
I'm not seeing any right now, but I know how great the customer service is at your store. So I bet you would answer them if people called you.
Thank you. We try. Yeah, we'd love to see you Monday through Saturday. Don't forget to bring your dull knives in. Chef AJ, that applies to you. Bring me your knives. I'll sharpen them up for you. Okay. And then Christmas is around the corner. Hanukkah, all of the holidays are upon us. And we will be happy to gift wrap and ship to your heart's desire.
Great. Well, did you want to put yourself back on screen and say goodbye? Just flip the camera around?
Yeah, you know what? I have to, I don't know if I can. Anthony went the other way. Let's see. I can do this. He did. I don't think I can.
Okay, we need Anthony. Well, that's okay. I'll say goodbye for you.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jan, at Kitchen. This was a lot of fun. And guys, I'll put all the links in the show notes for the 20% discount, which will be for 2 weeks from today. And please check it out. And if you're local, please go into the store in person as well. And thanks so much for watching another episode of Chef AJ Live. If you come back in another hour or so, I'll be interviewing Eric Adams. He has a new book coming out called Healthy at Last, and I'm sure you might have lots of questions for him. Thanks again, Jan.
Oh, thank you so much. And I hope to see y'all soon. Take care.